Good afternoon. We are here with you again on another Friday, the Marc McMain Show. Every Friday, Saturday, no, not Saturday and Sunday. And we are here to help do a lot of things today in the world of travel. Plus, we have a special guest that's coming in later. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But we have our lovely co-host with us today. My wife, Judy, is going to help talk about a lot of different things. But first, we want to start off and say hello to Miss Chastity. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Doug. Miss Beautiful Judy. How are y'all today?
Yeah, I guess I should introduce. I'm sure not everybody is. This maybe not be the first time. So Doug Hollingsworth with you. My wife, Judy, here with you every Friday talking travel. Sweet Tea Travels is the name of the show, and we're glad that we're a part of this great station and helping Mark and everybody here to get the word out and having some fun on Friday right before the weekend.
Beautiful Friday.
It is. The last few days have been just fantastic, which I'm excited about that as well. So you doing good? You had a good week?
Doing wonderful.
Oh, you missed us, right? I know you were fixing to tell us all that because you missed us last Friday.
Yes.
We were out on another travel adventure last week, and we will talk about that in the future. But we have to get out and find out more about places around the country in the Southeast and Georgia and Walton County. So you never know where we're going to be going. But today we're going to be talking about a couple of fun places that we're going to go. But a couple of things before we get started. I want to make sure everybody remembers, which if you don't remember, with everything you see on TV, you probably not paying attention. But last day of early voting is today. And if you missed that, it will be next Tuesday at your local polling stations. So get out and vote. It is our right, and it is a freedom that most countries around the world do not have. So we're pleased to be able to vote for who you want. But we appreciate the opportunity that we get through this great country that we have. And so we're going to talk more about that. We also want to mention the Georgia State Parks Golf Cup is continuing. And they had a really good event up at Victoria Bryant State Park at Highland Walk last week. And this week they're way down in Waycross, Georgia, the Lakes Golf Course. But in a couple of weeks they're going to be at Brazos Creek and down in Reedsville. So if you want more information on that, just go to gastateparks.org/golf cup. gastateparks.org/golf cup for more information. It's 2-man teams. There is a fee, but it's a lot of fun. Some great prizes from Bridgestone, who is our sponsor. So we're excited about that as well. So let's roll right into it here, and we're going to welcome Judy. Judy, hello.
Hi, it's so great to be here. I'm back with you at Sweet Tea Travels. That's what Doug said. I am Judy Hollingsworth, and we are really glad that you all are joining us today. Where are we going?
Well, let's see. We've been talking about the 250th anniversary of our signing of the Declaration of Independence, so that might be one hint that we talk about. But today we're going to be visiting two cities that are very important to early American history. Both of them we have been to, and both of them are certainly options to make sure you get to go to, and there's a lot of things going on here. Don't forget America250.org. America250.org. You'll find out information from all over the United States. But today we're going to start off down in our neighboring state, Florida, with St. Augustine. It's about 20 miles below Jacksonville, if you're not sure where you've been to, but it is the oldest established European city in the continental United States, and it's the other one we're going to be talking about, as I mentioned, is the birthplace of American independence itself. But right now we're going to talk about St. Augustine and what there is to see and do, and It is certainly a great trip. The northeast section of Florida is actually very beautiful. So, Judy, why don't you lead us right into St. Augustine?
Yeah, you're right, Doug. There are very few places in America where you feel truly surrounded by centuries of history than the two places that you just mentioned. So starting off with St. Augustine is great. You know, we just went there a few years ago, and boy, did we have a great time. It's such a beautiful history, founded by the Spanish in 1565. St. Augustine predates Jamestown, and you love Jamestown, so I know you don't like me saying that.
That's okay.
Really by more than 40 years. And it predates the Plymouth Rock by more than 50.
That big rock we saw?
Yeah.
Big rock. Don't miss it if you go to Boston. Yeah, don't miss that big rock.
I think somebody put some chewing gum on it. But anyway, when you walk through the historic district, you literally are walking through the oldest continuously occupied European established city in the continental United States. And I want somebody to try to repeat that. The oldest continuously occupied European established city. That it is so beautiful, but the colors, I mean, I want you to really just picture Spain, and then you can really kind of picture the colors that you see when you are in St. Augustine. It's very different and very unique. And that's what makes St. Augustine so beautiful. You are walking through history. It feels European, so if you've never gotten over the big pond, you can feel like you're there when you were in St. Augustine. Narrow brick streets, Spanish colonial architecture, stone forts, courtyards, balconies, horse-drawn carriages. There's really a beautiful charm there that feels so different than many American cities. And that's why we wanted to start there today. So, Doug, you're the history major. You love history. I promise to stay awake. Tell us a little bit about the history of St. Augustine.
Maybe we ought to do that, a couple of nights a week at home.
We already do.
We should talk about history.
We do.
And we do. Okay, so I missed that. But you're right. St. Augustine has quite a bit of history, as most people are aware of. Florida was not a part of the colonial America at the time, even though they had the oldest established city in the United States. For many reasons that we won't just bore everybody to do today, but they were not a part of it until later. Florida became strategically important because of shipping routes, military protection, helping out with Spanish treasure fleets. They changed hands between Spain and Britain, and then finally became a part of the United States. One of the biggest and neatest things that we did while we were there was the landmark of the Castillo de San Marcos, the massive stone fortress overlooking the Bay Area.
Good job. You did better than you did last night.
I left out the bay named Mantesis Bay. Okay, whatever. Construction began, I don't know, maybe around the early 1600s, and it remains the oldest masonry fort in the continental United States. And it's incredible. It survived pirate attacks. We need to talk about pirates one weekend and bring up a lot of different things about wars, British occupation, hurricanes, certainly in that part of the country, and centuries of American history. So, so much to see and do down there. So, Spanish fort, the Castillo de San Marcos let us talk about it because we loved it. We walked around. You can climb up to the top. It's looking out over the bay, like I said. So this was their fort stronghold. But it's a lot of fun just to go through and see the quarters where people lived. Look at the cannons. It's just a center part of the old part of town that you need to really go and see. Another thing that is a lot of fun that we enjoyed was going down St. George Street, if you remember that. It's a great pedestrian-only thoroughfare in the heart of historic downtown St. Augustine.
People think that walkable cities is a new thing. It's really not. Walkable cities, St. Augustine, going back, there are no cars. You are just walking through this beautiful little street. All the colors, all the little shops in the heart of historic downtown. And there's all these little pubs, all these little eateries, all these little clothing stores. Tell me, I remember we talked about it. What was your favorite little shop?
Well, it was off the beaten path, still going down the main little street there, but we went back and we found this store that had old colonial clothing that you could buy. So it was kind of neat, from shirts to pants to shoes to belts to everything, that you could walk out of there and look just like a colonial person way back in the 1700s. So
it was just so different. It wasn't the regular tourist shop.
The cafes, the pubs, the hidden courtyards, it's really cool. So this is St. George Street that we're talking about. So make sure you look this up on St. Augustine, Florida. Many things there to see and do. One of the things we've talked about, and if people are going to somewhere for the first time, is you kind of want to get your bearings. And so we start out pretty much anytime we go somewhere new, and we get on a trolley or a tour bus or something like that makes it more exciting. You have somebody telling you what this is, what that is. A lot of times they'll be able to drop you off, and you can come back and pick up another bus on the next route and stop and see some stuff. But I would always advise to any city that we're talking about that you're going to, something new, something like this that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago with Williamsburg and Jamestown, all that you get on these buses and you can ride around, certainly up in Boston that we talked about a few weeks ago. Stop and do that. But the downtown parking facility is nearby, so it's easy to do that. It can be crowded on weekends and in peak seasons. Certainly it's going to be Florida, so it's certainly going to be a little warmer. This is a great place to take kids. You certainly can do it with the couples, but kids would love this. It's an old school type thing, history lesson, but I think they would have a lot of fun during the day. They go back and play on the beach at nighttime. Another couple of things that we can talk about is Flagler College. It's right in the center of St. Augustine's historic district. It's a liberal arts college, but it's really unique. So I'm saying, hey, it's not just going down and seeing the University of Georgia, but this college is very unique, and I think you would enjoy going through it. It was actually built as a luxury resort. So try one of the trolleys again. Old Town Trolley's one of them. Another thing you can do down there is Leitner Museum. All right, again, it's most of this area that you want to stay into is a part of the historic St. Augustine. And this also has a hotel inside, the former Hotel Alizar. So it's kind of cool to be a part of that. The Gilded Age Resort Hotel, commissioned by Standard Oil executive Henry Flagler, was there. The St. Augustine Lighthouse and Maritime Museum is a lot of fun, certainly again for kids. Take off, go up the steps. There's 219 of them. See who can win, between you and the kids. 165 straight up there. So, you want to tell us about the places in and around, or you would like me to tell, since I know all this stuff about these hidden places to stay?
I think I can handle this. What do you think?
I think you can.
One of the things that we really do love when we try to travel these places is finding all the price points. So if you are looking for a luxury place to stay, mid-range or budget-friendly, we really want to be able to hit that for you. But I want to stop right here and give you one of our little travel tips. We just got back from Washington, D.C., and one of the things that we always try to do is never leave our hotel key card with the hotel. So this is just a little break in our talk. Bring that hotel key card back home with you. Chop it up like you would an old credit card, because all your information is on that card. Throw it away. Don't leave it with them. You don't know what happens. So that's just a little travel tip from Doug and Judy today. Bring that home with you and chop it up. So let's get back to St. Augustine. So the last time we went to St. Augustine, we kind of stayed a little far out, about 20 miles, and drove in at Hammock Beach Golf and Resort. Beautiful place.
Great place. It is fantastic. You're right.
Absolutely stunning views of the ocean. If you love golf, great place with kids. They have a little putt-putt. Absolutely phenomenal place to stay. There's other luxury place, Casa Monica Resort and Spa. This is right in downtown. It has incredible architecture and atmosphere. But that's if you want that higher price point. If you're looking for a little bit mid-range, there's the Collector Luxury Inn and Gardens. Again, if you were going to visit, you're going to find all of this on a B&B website. Budget friendly. Look all these things up and you're going to find them.
All right. This is the Marc McMain Show here. We're talking about a couple of places. St. Augustine is our first. We'll come back and wrap up St. Augustine and then head up north. But Doug Hollingsworth and wife Judy is with us today. We're on the Marc McMain Show, but we'll be right back.
I chuckled at a cartoon that showed a news conference by a United States Senator who announced that he was divorcing his family so he could spend more time with politics. We may laugh, but the truth is many people make that statement every day. Maybe not with words, but with their actions. In fact, if a politician retires from his work to spend more time with his family, it becomes the lead story, met with cynicism on the evening news, while the one who rejects his family advancing his career is commonplace. God tells us we should work hard to the glory of God. But he has clearly shown that we must have priorities. A relationship with God first, and family follows that. What does your focus tell you about your priorities? The Bible says that we have brought nothing into this world and we can take nothing out of it. It's good to focus on the things that last, like putting God first, and then family, and then people all around us that God loves. This is Bryant Wright, speaking right from my heart.
Visit rightfromtheheart.org and click television to watch our TV spots.
I'm Marc McMain, Republican for State Senate, and I approve this message.
Hi, this is former Congressman Jody Heiss. I know what it's like to stand up to the radical left, and I trust Marc McMain to do the same thing in the state Senate. I've watched Marc lead when he served as GOP chairman. He didn't just sit on the sidelines. He helped Republicans, including President Trump, win Georgia. So join me in keeping the main thing the McMain thing. Vote for Marc McMain on May 19th. Paid for by Mark for Georgia Incorporated.
Hey, this is attorney Bart Bitton with Bitton & Bitton. I live and work right here in Monroe, Georgia, and I am proud to serve this area. If you've been hurt in a car accident, you don't need some out-of-town lawyer that treats you like a number. You deserve a local lawyer you can trust, someone who lives here, works here, and takes care of people. So remember this, if you're ever in a car accident, be smart, call Bart. Bitton & Bitton, local lawyers you can trust.
We deserve a state representative with real financial experience, a champion with a real plan to fight for property tax relief. Wendell McNeil has an honest plan to reduce property taxes. He'll pass local legislation doubling the homestead exemption, delivering real savings to homeowners. And McNeil's plan even provides senior citizens additional relief. And widows who are facing the hardest times of all will see most property taxes eliminated. Wendell McNeil, a champion for us.
When you walk through the doors of Campton Restaurant, you're not just here for a meal, you're part of a tradition. I'm fourth generation owner Josh Parker, and for nearly 40 years, families in Walton County and surrounding areas have gathered around our tables to share stories, laughter, and good Southern cooking. From crispy fried chicken to heart-healthy daily specials, there's always a plate waiting with your name on it. We're open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays. So come on by, make yourself at home, and experience Campton Restaurant, where family tradition meets every meal.
Hey, welcome back. Doug Hollingsworth along with my wife Judy, and we are here on the Marc McMain Show on this beautiful Friday afternoon, talking a couple of different places that we'd love for you to travel to. Sweet Tea Travels is our show, and every Friday we talk about travel, so tune in and let somebody else know all about it. We're finishing up here with St. Augustine. Judy, if you want to finish up and we'll head north.
That's right. We are all about St. Augustine, and my travel tip for you, we're going to wrap it up. When you go to St. Augustine, we want to walk down St. George Street early in the morning before those crowds arrive. Tour the fort at sunset. You're going to get beautiful waterfront views. Stay at least one night in the historic district. It will so be worth it. And as Doug said, take a guided history tour. Try to do that on your first day. You want to know why? Because then when you're walking through the city, and when you walk through any city after that guided tour, it's going to tell you more when you're walking through yourself. And visit during the Nights of Lights at Christmas if possible. So in all those historic cities, book your guided tours early in your trip instead of on your last day. So Doug, where are we headed next? I can't wait.
Well, we're going to be heading north here a little bit to the actual place where we're talking about with America's 250th anniversary here, and we are excited about talking about our city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And it is a beautiful city. We've been there a few times. So much to see and do, so let's just get right into maybe the history here and talk about the history of William Penn.
Absolutely. We know that Philadelphia is where the Declaration of Independence was signed. It's where the Constitution was debated. It's where the Founding Fathers gathered to shape the future of the nation. Like you already said, Doug, it's truly America's birthplace. William Penn founded Philadelphia in 1682, and Philadelphia quickly became one of the most influential cities in colonial America. During the Revolutionary period, it served as the meeting place for the Continental Congress. Many of the most important moments in early American history happened within just a few blocks of what is now Independence National Historical Park. You can stand inside Independence Hall if you get your tickets early, unlike us, and realize that the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were both debated there. And nearby sits the iconic Liberty Bell. And I have chill bumps just thinking about that. It's a symbol recognized around the world. Doug, tell us a little bit about the placement of Philadelphia and why that was so important.
Basically, if you look at a map, the 13 colonies for the United States, and you had people all the way as far as Boston, all the way as south as Georgia. So they had to come up with something that would be centrally located, and they just couldn't, hop on a plane, couldn't hop on a train. So
hop on a horse.
Couldn't hop, basically had to hop on a horse, and so that took a few days to get these certain places. But Philadelphia is the place they came up with, and certainly has many things to think about with why they did this. But it is fantastic. Independence Hall, certainly, and Judy mentioned it. If you're going to want to go to Independence Hall, where the Declaration of Independence was signed, please get your tickets early. You can't just probably walk up to the door. It's just very crowded. But a lot of things to see and do right around that area. The Liberty Bell is right outside of Independence Hall. It's free to visit. You can certainly take a picture. The symbol of freedom. We got on one of those trolley tour bus, double-decker bus. Had a lot of fun doing that. And drove around, saw a lot of different things. They pointed out the Betsy Ross house. So you can get a self-guided tour for a nominal fee there.
And Betsy Ross, she did our flag, right?
Flag, yes. The 50 stars. No. Okay, I got you again. 13, the circle, the 13, that's usually outside our house.
You really think you got me with those 50 stars?
I got you. Yeah, you thought there was 50 stars. She didn't. She got
really
tired after 13.
Do the stitches on that flag?
Well, there's speculation about that, okay. So we will just let people try to figure out. But it's a cool little place to go there, at Betsy Ross House. The Museum of the American Revolution, very fantastic. Philadelphia is mainly known for the colonial era, so make sure you stop in and see that as well. So how about some fun modern things to do around Philadelphia?
I know you're going fast through this history because you want to get to the Reading Terminal Market.
And we're going to stop right there and talk for about 20 minutes on this Reading Terminal Market.
Do you want to talk about the food or the movies?
The movies.
I could have picked. What was filmed at the Reading Terminal Market?
Well, it's been filmed a few times, but if many people realize the movie scene from National Treasure, where they were trying to get away from, because they had the Declaration of Independence in their little briefcase handle.
The real one.
The real one, yes. And they were hiding from these bad guys, and they're running all through. So it's a lot of fun. But go ahead and tell them about the food side of it.
Well, it is a lot of fun to be able to pick out these scenes when we know that we've been there. So the Reading Terminal Market, it's actually spelled like reading, but it's pronounced Reading. It is actually the #1 public market in America, but the history dates way back, like everything else we've been talking about, into the 1800s. There's over 80 local merchants, from eateries and baked goods and ice cream and flowers and plants and produce and arts and crafts. There is literally something there for everyone. If you have an opportunity to visit Philadelphia, do not miss this market. It was one of our favorite stops. Our family has stories to tell, from good to bad to ice cream on the ground to lots of things. It's truly a delight. There's other places to see and do that are non-historical. The Love Sculpture, which is the LOVE on top of each other. That's a definite picture-taking spot. That is in John F. Kennedy Plaza or Love Park. So definitely get your picture taken there. What else?
Benjamin Franklin Parkway is something you don't want to miss. Benjamin Franklin certainly lived in Pennsylvania. He was one of the signers from Pennsylvania on the Declaration of Independence. So a lot of fun things, artistic mile, many museums, parks, cathedrals, Longwood Gardens. So again, here's another one. You got to buy tickets before they sell out, so just don't walk up to the door. A lot of things to do with fireworks, fountains. Christmas is beautiful. Explore the city's waterfront. The Delaware River waterfront is something you need to look up. Delaware River waterfront. So,
Doug, anytime we talk about our trip to Philadelphia, the first thing you tell them that you did.
Yeah, I did. And I wish I'd have filmed it, but I didn't film it. So
nobody believes you, but tell them.
Well, you were there. You saw me huffing and puffing up the famous Rocky steps at the Philadelphia Museum of Art, that from the Rocky movies, and it's a lot of fun. They have the statue of Rocky, at the top. They move it from the top down to the bottom. I saw it the other day. It's back up at the top. So, but. Huge, a lot of fun for families, kids, a lot of things there. Certainly some of the other movies, again, I've already mentioned National Treasure, but it was National Treasure 1 and 2 with Nicolas Cage. The Silver Linings Playbook was filmed there, and also, right out of the name of it, Philadelphia, with Tom Hanks, who won the Academy Award for Best Actor there. So, go ahead and tell us about some hotels and places to stay.
Well, you know what? I was going to suggest that we let our audience, because we know that our audience is highly intelligent, let them use Google to find their places that they might want to stay. Let's take a minute to talk about our 250 celebrations. We know we're going to visit America 250 official site. There's Philadelphia Ring It On. You can visit that, Philadelphia Ring It On celebrations, to find out, because Philadelphia has been planning, already has stuff going on for America's 250. They've got a time capsule. They will be doing stuff in the National Historical Park on July 4th. But if you don't already have your plans, you probably are not going to get a place to stay. We know people that have already been trying to go. So let's get to Judy's picks so we can get to our next guest. You want to visit Independence Hall first thing in the morning and be sure that you have your tickets. You've got to run the Rocky Steps. You've got to do that at least once. And make sure you have somebody take a picture, or they're not going to believe you.
Okay.
Eat a cheesesteak. Decide who's got your best cheesesteak and figure that out from a local favorite, not just the tourist spots. And visit the Museum of American Revolution during your first day. Learn the history and build that patriotism. Final reflections, Doug?
Realize that it's going to be very crowded this summer. They certainly have a lot of things going on, so plan. Certainly not too late to plan. Flying is probably going to be your best option here from the Metro Atlanta area, but you certainly can drive. It's a beautiful drive up there. So Exciting times. St. Augustine, Philadelphia, a couple of other cities. We're just trying to mention to people about ideas where they can go and find some fun things to do. Again, we've been to these cities, so it certainly helps to do that. But we're going to take a short break here, and we're going to change totally everything and speak to a well-known guest here in the Walton County, Monroe area. We're not going to tell it who it is until we get back, but you're listening to Judy and Doug Hollingsworth, Sweet Tea Travels. This is the Marc McMain Show right here on Friday, May 15th, and we'll be right back.
Georgia families value their safety and security, and they know violent gangs, criminal illegal aliens, and weak prosecutors threaten our communities if left unchecked.
But from day one, conservative powerhouse and state senator Bill Cowsert has been on our side.
Decades of holding bad actors accountable in courtrooms across Georgia.
A lifetime of fighting for our conservative values.
Bill Cowsert is the tested and trusted conservative leader we need as Attorney General.
Zero tolerance for criminals.
A safe street strike force.
As a state senator, he held liberal Atlanta DA Fonnie Willis accountable.
And as Attorney General, Bill Cowsert will stop rogue prosecutors from putting politics before justice. You can trust Bill Cowsert to enforce the law every time.
Restore trust in our justice system and put criminals behind bars where they belong.
Bill Cowsert, tough as nails,
conservative as they come.
Paid for by Competitive Georgia Action Fund. Not authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
I'm Ward Black, Republican for State House, and I approve this message.
I'm Congressman Andrew Clyde, and I'm proud to endorse Ward Black for State House. Ward is a proven conservative who will fight and win for our conservative values. Whether it's standing up to woke ideology, lowering taxes, or stopping big government overreach, Ward will get the job done. In the race for House District 120, Ward Black has my complete endorsement and my vote. Join me in voting for Ward Black in the Republican primary on May 19th. Paid for by Ward Black, Inc.
Franklin's Gun Shop in Athens has everything you need for hunting and fishing. They have great prices on their guns, ammo, scopes, bows, gun safes, knives, blinds, tree stands, and rod and reels, clothing, and more. I do all of my shopping at Franklin's, and they're open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 9 to 9 and Sunday noon to 6. At Franklin's, you'll get great customer service from people who know what they're talking about. Family owned since 1961, located at 3941 Atlanta Highway in Athens.
Hey y'all, this is Bethany, owner of Willfully Guided Co. Boots and Western Apparel. From durable work boots built for long days to statement pieces ready for Saturday night and everything in between, we've got the brands that feel just right for everyone in the family. Stop by and see why we're your one-stop shop. Willfully Guided Co. Boots and Western Apparel is located at 116 South Broad Street, right in the heart of downtown Monroe. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up with all the fun events happening with Willfully Guided Co. and for previews of all of our newest merchandise.
John's Supermarket in downtown Monroe is proud to serve the Walton County community for over 50 years. 3 generations of the Thompson family offering the freshest produce, quality meats, everyday essentials, and now featuring Bistro South, a quick service restaurant with freshly made Southern cuisine and ready-to-heat gourmet meals. Always proud to support local farmers and suppliers, John's Supermarket has the best meat in town and tons of weekly specials. Stop by and see them for all the ingredients, meals, snacks, sweets, gifts, and everything in between you need.
All right, welcome back to the Marc McMain Show. We are guest hosting as we have been doing for the last few weeks because Mark's busy doing something important, and we want to make sure that everybody gets out and votes. Last early voting day today, and then if you did miss that, next Tuesday the 19th, voting at your polling station. So get out and do that. So we've been having some fun today talking about a couple of places. This is the Sweet Tea Travels show every Friday. Judy and Doug Hollingsworth sit down and tell you a little bit about maybe places you'd like to go. So we're going to take a total opposite swing here, and we're going to talk about something that's very dear to a lot of people's hearts here in the local Walton County, Monroe area. And we're going to start off with talking about a little bit about golf first. But let me tell you about the special lady sitting across from me here. Cindy Little, and I think a lot of people would know that name, and she's been serving with fish, if you know what that is, Faith in Serving Humanity, for 24 years. And she is the executive director. And basically what Fish does, and we'll get more into that in a few minutes, supporting families across Walton County. She oversees donor communications, community outreach, ministry coordination for programs, including the Fish Ministries, Fish for Kids, and the Fish MD Free Medical and Dental Clinic. So she's got a great commitment to the community, and she works to connect volunteers, churches, and partners with the needs of the neighbors. She and her husband Kenneth have a farm in Monroe and remain active in local ministry and community. They have 2 sons, and we'll talk about one of them because he probably said not to talk about you because I kind of reached out to him this morning. But 6 grandkids, I know you're proud of that, and 1 on the way. Congratulations there, Grandma. I congratulated your son Josh, who lives right next to Judy and I at Providence Club, with Evan and Landon, and we're expecting another one in by October, so congratulations. But we want to turn, and certainly when you have something like this, you have to raise money. One way or another, unless you have a big bank account and you just want to do it yourself, which most of us just lean to try to help get other people involved. So this is something special to my heart because this is how I got started in golf and tourism, things like I started doing charity and corporate outings many moons ago. So I am going to talk to you a little bit about this Fish for Kids golf tournament, and I'm going to let you talk about it, and we're going to welcome Miss Cindy Little to the radio show here. Hello, Cindy.
Hello, and thank y'all so much. I really appreciate the invitation to be here. It's always a joy and pleasure. Our Chastity Stewart, who is a dear, dear friend as well, usually does our promotion for our Fish for Kids golf tournament. So this year I was coming back to be with you guys to tell you about it. We're very excited. It started out as a fundraiser, and now it's also a great time of socializing and getting word out to the community. Everybody that plays in the golf tournament, we're kind of laid back. I'm a little bit of a redneck, so I don't take anything serious, and I just swing a club and hope for the best. But
we might mention something about that too in a few minutes, but go right ahead.
But we are just so grateful and thankful. Chick-fil-A does our breakfast every year. We have a wonderful lunch by Longhorns, and so everybody gets a great treat while they're there. They get fed well. They get to play around. We have mulligans, and as you know, I learned what a mulligan was because I thought they told me I was selling mullets, and people didn't know if I was going to do haircuts or give away fish. So I've got a quick education in the beginning about golf and what a mulligan was. So needless to say, I didn't stand up anymore and say, who wants a mullet? But everybody did when they found out it was mulligans. They were very interested in purchasing those. So, yes, I've learned a lot over the years with the tournaments, and I'm very grateful and thankful how much they have grown over the years, and we're thankful to the Stewart Funeral Home and Stone Mountain Pecan have been our longtime main supporters, and we're just grateful and very blessed to have this opportunity and excited about being at the Providence Club. They have just shown us just great hospitality, and we're really looking forward to a wonderful Monday.
All right, well, let's talk about it. Monday, it's coming up this Monday the 18th, and so Chastity was telling us you already have 28 teams. Can anybody continue to enter and want to play?
I think we have maybe three team openings
Okay,
left.
So we have some time. That's 12 more players that could add to the bottom line, and that's what we're trying to do.
That's right.
Is raise money, have some fun. Like I mentioned, I've done quite a few of these, played in quite a few more, so it's excited. So let's talk about the gentleman who is dedicated in his beautiful bio here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Mr. Ed?
Mr. Ed Reinagle was, honestly, I lost my dad. Daddy was 53 when he passed.
Oh.
So Mr. Ed, when he came on as the chairman of Fish, just became like a second dad to me. I absolutely loved everything about fish, and he wasn't retired yet, and he was actually going on Saturdays when we'd get folks to go pick up furniture. So when I had went to Must Ministries and saw that they were feeding kids, they were taking out sack lunches. I was doing a tour just to kind of see what we could do better at where we're at. And I asked them, and they said, we're taking these lunches out to the kids. So when I got back to Walton County, I was like, what is there for the children? And there was nothing. In the 60s, there was the Brown Bag Program, and that was no longer going on in Walton County. So I knew we needed to do something. Was it in the budget? No. I'm one of those girls that works from the seat of her britches most of the time, and I was like, we got to do it. So we started getting everything together, went for training, and with the state programs, but the state programs didn't fit us because we knew we were going to have to deliver to our kids. And so halfway through the summer, we had already spent $20,000. And Mr. Ed said, Cindy, maybe we just need to stop, regroup for next year. And then I looked at him and I said, but Mr. Ed, I told the children all summer. And he said, okay, let me go on a route with you. So he rode a route with me that was at the Conestoga Trailer Park. And there was a little special needs guy there that came up that day, and just sweetest kid. And somehow we had fruit roll-ups that day. We'd been blessed with those, and he opened his little bag and all, and he said, hey, Wadey, he said, you did this for me. And I said, yeah, buddy, we did it just for you. So then, he was like so excited. And he went around the truck to Mr. Ed, and he said, hey, fella, he said, you did this for me. And that was it. Ed got in the truck, eyes all red and swollen and weeping almost. And he said, Cindy, this is my route. And I said, for the rest of the summer? He said, yeah. And so when we finished that summer, we had spent close to $45,000. And the churches knew what we were doing. People knew about what we were doing. But we really didn't start getting any extra funds in. 1 week later, we received over $55,000 given to us through churches, through individuals, pockets. And I really felt, and I told Mr. Ed, I said, Mr. Ed, if we hadn't kept our word and went the whole summer, I don't believe God would have blessed us. And he agreed. But he was an amazing gentleman, and he loved the Lord, and he loved others. And he loved me. Unfortunately, we lost him to cancer, but his sweet wife and the family still come to the golf tournament, and his
great.
boys play in it. So
that's great. Well, it's going to be at the Providence Club this coming Monday. Do they need to go through the website? How do they need to get in touch?
You can go through the website, or either we're going to take walk-ups.
Okay.
Unless we're booked up by 8 o'clock.
Okay.
If by chance you come and we're full, we're going to let you stick around with us and have some good times together and eat with us.
Well, okay, I'll be there.
Come on. I hope you do.
Well, it's great. Now, we live on hole 13, as you know. Your son lives right to the left of us, okay?
Yes.
So, make sure nobody hits any balls in our yard over there, or your son's yard, So we keep our yards nice and manicured there. But
I go back there and pick up balls.
Well, that's what Judy and our dog Murray does. They take off a couple times a week and pick up balls. But this is fantastic, and I'm excited for you. So, Fish for Kids, this is the whole bag program, lunch program. Is there more for Fish for Kids?
Yes. Once the school year starts back, these children are also challenged on the weekends. So we do backpack buddies so that they've got food for the weekend. The thing is that with a child that's got the proper nourishment that they need, then that child, when they come to school on Monday morning, they feel like someone cares, and they are better suited for the day, and that's what we strive for.
Well, that sounds like a fantastic day on Monday. So come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're certainly going to eat good with Chick-fil-A and Longhorn. And so some great door prizes and some mullets.
I won't be doing anything.
And Miss Cindy will be up there with her barber chair, and she'll be just, first come, first serve. So there'll probably be a long line for that. But that's fantastic. I do see there's a men and women's division. So we want to. That's great.
This is our first time this year that we are catering to our ladies as well, and so we're really excited about that. I have a team. We're co-ed, but we're really thankful for these women that are coming out because it's going to be a lot of fun.
That is, it's kind of cool. And I can say, and I won't say more than this, that let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 people in the building here, and there's only one of us has hit a hole in one.
Yes.
So we're not going to get into that story because I've been told that story. It's a fantastic story. Well, it's not my wife. It's not me. It's not Chastity. If Charlie's in the back, it's not Charlie. So it must be Miss Cindy. So congratulations for that. You know, some of us play for decades and don't even think about it. It doesn't get anywhere near that hole. But anyway, we're talking to Cindy Little. We appreciate her coming in. She's the Executive Director of Fish, Faith, and Serving Humanity for Walton County and Monroe. We're going to get back and talk about some more things about fish. But you're listening to Cindy and Judy and Doug here on the Marc McMain Show. We'll be right back.
And that'll retire the side.
After 4 innings, it's still a tight one here at the ballpark. We'll step aside for a quick break.
I sure am looking forward to a quiet week. No games to call.
Yeah, I guess you are right. But I can't figure out who to support for lieutenant governor.
Ben, it's easy. Greg Dolezal.
Dolezal, huh?
Without a doubt. Dolezal is the proven conservative who gets the job done.
I mean, that's what we need. Someone who actually delivers.
I'm telling you, Greg Dolezal wrote the Riley Gaines Act to keep men out of women's sports. And he's always fighting to cut our property taxes.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Greg Dolezal will knock it out of the park for conservatives. When others ran from Trump, he dug in.
You convinced me. Greg Dolezal for lieutenant governor.
Paid for by Competitive Georgia Action Fund. Not authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Here's Evan Youngblood for Youngblood Tractor in Madison.
Exmark zero-turn mowers are now at Youngblood Tractor in Madison. Youngblood Tractor is proud to be your local full-service Exmark dealer. Find the beautiful, professional quality cut you've been looking for your yard with an Exmark zero-turn mower. From commercial to residential, Youngblood Tractor has an Exmark mower for you with big discounts for cash and 0% for 84 months financing with approved credit. Youngblood Tractor also carries the innovative Spartan zero-turn mowers. These mowers are built tough and loaded with features to make your next job a breeze. Our factory-trained service department is ready to help. We work on all make and model mowers. Don't forget, Youngblood Tractor has one of the biggest trailer inventories in the state, with a huge selection of gooseneck, dump, equipment, enclosed, and utility trailers. Give us a call at 706-342-2242 or stop by and see us at 1600 Athens Highway in Madison or visit us online at www.youngbloodtractor.com.
The Local Bean is a new coffee shop located on Main Street in Loganville, offering freshly brewed coffee selections in an environment where you can slow down, relax, and simply enjoy the moment. The Local Bean is proud to be part of the Loganville community and proud to support the people who make it so special. You're invited to their grand opening this Friday and Saturday, May 15th and 16th. Come and enjoy all the Local Bean has to offer. Located next to Braxton's Antiques at 303 Main Street in Loganville. For more information, go to thelocalbean.co.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
Welcome back to the Marc McMain Show. Doug Hollingsworth, along with my wife Judy, who helps me do the travel, Sweet Tea Travels every week. And we have a great guest in the studio with us, Cindy Little, who's the mom of Josh Little. I don't know your other son. I apologize.
JT.
Yeah, JT. I know his name, but I don't know him.
James Thomas.
James Thomas. All right. That's cool. But I have a very nice couple next door, and we appreciate them. They leave us food a couple of times, and we'll tell you more about that off the air here. But I know, hey, we want to finish up with the golf tournament. I think you have a few more sponsors you'd like to talk about.
Yes, long-time sponsors. The Real Country Q92.3. Y'all have always been such a blessing to help us, get the word out. Blue Hound has been amazing. They give us our towels every year that, I use them even when I'm not golfing. So, like, I really go out and golf a lot. Golfing.
You do, Miss Cindy. You get hole-in-ones. Like, nobody can say that.
Yeah, it's pure dumb luck. The Alcovey Sign Professional does our signs for our holes and stuff, so we're very thankful, and Bridgestone Golf for what they've done always in the past for us to help us. So we're just very thankful that people believe in what we do, and that's very important to have those sponsors.
That's fantastic. You got a great...
Forget to mention accolades, Miss Ashley
Oh,
over
yes.
there.
Accolades
really
Awards.
good
Yeah,
of us,
sure.
And so they do our little plaques and things that we give out to our sponsors, as well as our first, second, and third place teams. So they do great jobs with them and get very creative.
Takes
All
a
right.
village.
If you'd like to come play, show up Monday there at the Providence Club, 8 o'clock. So get there early. All right, Judy's going to talk to you a little bit more about fish and what other services and ministries you have.
Absolutely. Well, I am very excited just to really kind of ask you some questions and really highlight maybe what some of the needs are and give you an opportunity to tell our community and our listeners how we can continue to support Fish for Kids, and Fish MD. So I know when I was looking through some of this, your website, I didn't even know what Fish MD was. So when I read that, I was blown away that Fish offered that, and I think that I want to learn more. So let's just start with, what is the organization's biggest need, and how can we continue to support Fish the most? What do you need?
Always we need volunteers. Right now we're fixing to open a satellite food pantry in Loganville at our warehouse. And so we're going to need people there that can help load the boxes. We're doing this, and one thing with the gas prices, so folks that are in the Loganville, Walnut Grove youth area don't have to come all the way to Monroe. They can go nearby to get their food. We'll also be partnering up with Let 'em Eat, which is a food truck that is a soup kitchen, actually. And so Chef Hank will be there on Thursdays at 5 o'clock at the warehouse in Loganville, which is at Wits End. And you can get a hot meal with them, which is really great. So, which piggybacks off this the soup kitchen that we have now in Monroe that we've had for about 10 years. We just recently moved it over to the Fish Thrift Store at 424 Spring Street. So we're always in need of volunteers. You can go on the website and sign up as a volunteer.
Give us that website, would you, please?
All right. www.fish, F-I-S-H, of O-L, Walton, WALTON.org. And it'll give you all the information there where you can sign up. So we're really excited about that. And the greatest need we have at medical right now is we need phlebotomists, and we also need RNs. So if you've just retired and maybe you're finding that sitting at home just not what you want to do from being an RN, and you want to still make a difference, please give us a call. Let us know what we can do. Go through the website, because we would really love to have you. We see over 5,000 patients between Fish Medical and Dental. And last year, if they would have had to pay for the services that were done for them, it would have cost over almost $4 million.
Wow.
So we're very thankful. Because thanks to Fish Medical and Dental, when we talked about Mr. Ed, the only free clinic that was in Walton County shut down. It was just overwhelming for him. And so Mr. Ed had a 2x4 in his office with my name on it that he said if I come to him with a new program, he was going to bust me up. So when that one closed, we both knew we had to do something, even though we were paying for meds and stuff anyway. And we met each other in the hall and embraced and said, with God's help, we can do this.
Right.
And so that's when Fish Medical and Dental came on board. And so to see where we're at now, Walton County is a healthier community due to it. There were so many people going unchecked, blood pressure, diabetes, and all these things. You know, it's really sad when you see a 42-year-old African-American woman come in and one side's paralyzed from a stroke, just because she couldn't pay a doctor to get a $4 a month medication for blood pressure. And so those are the things that I witnessed, and I was like, I said, with God's help, we could do this. And so where we're at now, it's wonderful, because it's like bringing His kingdom to what we do. And it's not just an everyday kind of thing. It's not like a meat market. When they come in, it looks like any doctor's office, and they can tell that they are loved and cared for, and we will fight for them. If they are a cancer victim, we're going to find an oncologist. We're going to get those treatments started. If they've got to get those bad teeth pulled before they start their treatments, which they have to, our dental kicks right in and does that. Rhonda Adams is our medical manager. Jackie Hilton is our dental manager, and they do a phenomenal job.
Okay, so let's say that I work full time in a medical field, but I still want to give back. But I've only got a few hours a week. Can I do that?
Absolutely. Even just an hour. And people that have worked in a medical office, if you could just come in and you kind of know what's going on and would like to do that, that would be great.
Okay. Well, I know our church works with fish, and we collect and we give to the food pantry. I'm sure that there are churches in our community that maybe don't know about that. So tell us how churches, offices can sponsor and work with fish.
All they got to do is call me or call the 770-207-4357. We have over 50 churches that are part of Fish. We were created by the churches, all denominations. So they saw the needs in the community, and they were hit and miss with what they were trying to do. They said if we had one area that we all supported with prayer, volunteers, and finances, that we could better serve. And together we do more.
That's perfect. And I'm even thinking, as a person in a neighborhood, like you're coming to Providence Club, we have a Facebook. I could even create a beautiful something on Facebook, send it out in my neighborhood, and we could collect as a neighborhood and bring it in. Because we might have people who don't go to a church or something, but people still want to give and support, because we're only as strong as our weakest link, right?
Amen.
Tell me, as we get ready to close, what do you want us to know that you haven't already said?
Well, one thing I'd like to always emphasize is Walton County is very unique, that we have a wonderful community, that we all serve together. And so basically your prayers, your time, and of course we always need finances, but we've been blessed. When we talk about, the good Lord, you can't outgive Him. And so we're just very thankful for what everybody gives to us, and we take it very to heart that we are trusted, and that these folks, when they give, either it's furniture, money, or their prayers, is that we want to make sure that what we do first gives God the glory, and secondly make sure that we're the best steward we can be.
Cindy, I have so enjoyed talking with you. Doug tells me a great day is when we can cry together, when we can laugh together, and what's the third thing?
When I can hit a hole in one. I'll call you when I let you. I might still be up in the heaven, still trying to hit that ball, but whatever. We got to run here. We got to say goodbye to a few people. Cindy, thank you very much, Miss Cindy Little, who's the director, executive director of Fish.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you taking the time to come in. Look forward to the golf tournament on Monday, the Providence Club there. Give out that website one more time.
www.fishofwalton.org.
There we go. All right, people. Let's pony up here. Let's help these people. That's great for people, kids, everything else. We want to thank Chastity. Thank you for working hard over there on that board. Trust me, I wouldn't have a clue what to do if I got over there and tried to do what you do every day. But, hey, everybody have a great weekend. Don't forget, like I said, get out and vote. Last day for early voting, and then Tuesday, the 19th. And we're excited about that and what we have for our country here, so get out and vote. All right, we appreciate everything we do here. Thanks for Marc McMain and his effort here in getting us on our radio show that we can do. Sweet Tea Travels. We'll be back next week, so y'all have a great week.